Well, alright then. Welcome back to 20XX. I have a feeling we're gonna like alternate Nina Ace for a little while. Of course, this is like the worst boss to have as Ace. Vile Visage. It's not very good for getting up close and personal. And it looks like these things don't do contact damage, which is a good thing to know. Our last run went fairly well, in all honesty. Only real problem was hitting a champion and being a little stubborn about defeating it instead of moving on. So that was our fault at the end of the day. I don't think we can actually... We can do that. We can try doing this. Get a bunch of nuts. Climb our way back up. And destroy it just in the nick of time. So, no damage, Glory Zone. Immediately failed. That sucks. But we get some armor. No reason to go on down there. Was a token worth the damage? Probably not, but we got our HP back right away, so who cares? I don't know if this is the easier route or the harder route, but it's a route. Got us through it pretty easily. And we're at full HP. So now we just get to deal with Vile Visage. At least its minions are, you know, pretty weak. And maybe this is, like, the best boss for us to be fighting at the beginning, because it'll be the weakest version of it. And maybe that's, you know, easiest for us to handle. As opposed to, like, finding it 4th or 5th and trying to deal with that. So we got through with most of our HP. And we get a damage up. So our damage actually starts pretty high. We purchased some Augs, and you start with the ones that you purchase. So it makes the run immediately after, you know, a lot easier. I'm gonna head to Sky Temple. We haven't figured out like the rock paper scissors on this game. We just figured out just last run that is even a thing. But we still have to look into like what beats what, because that will help define in the future, you know, who we fight when. So naturally you have to start off with one and just fight it kind of baseline, but then we take the one that has a weakness to the one we just fought, and then, you know, carry on that pattern. There is something down here, so there should be a chest, because that's how these levels tend to be designed. They're very small platforms, kind of annoyingly small. Enemies drop more nuts. I love how even the challenge route is like, you know what, don't bother going back. It's obnoxious. Oh. Almost made that shortcut. That was a bit of a blind jump, and you really shouldn't do that in the Sky Temple. Even early Sky Temple. It's a little dangerous. Disable traps. Okay. Okay, so you just have to disable them all in time. It's actually fairly easy. And we get Owlhawk's Feather. So 1 second fly. We can tap jump. And we hover. Okay. That's good movement tech. Good chance that we will forget about it or otherwise mismanage it, but it's nice to have around. We can climb up here. Fairly easy champion to take care of that time. I don't know, this might be an easier run thanks to those Augs that we picked up, which kinda almost feels like a cheat, but oh well, it is a game mechanic. And now we're starting to learn how to make that bit go a lot faster, which is nice. It's a very sluggish, sector. So, yeah, let's do that, get our attack strength up. Yeah, this is just like so tedious. It's like we have places to be, we have bosses to slash. What you got for us? A lot of HP. I appreciate the effort, RoboKitty, but it's not what we needed. So that's the hover. Just keep slashing. Just keep slashing. We'll tank the damage. Get +3 power strength. And yeah, we'll keep taking the powers. And 2 soul chips. It's okay. Take on Shatterbeak. I think Shatterbeak was weak to the giant bullet, so we're not going to get that benefit this run. Would be nice to find an AUG that would increase our sword range a little bit. Another. Okay. There we go. Again, that was being a little dangerous with it. Is that thing shielded? That thing granted it a shield. How dare you? Lock the blocks. Okay. Oh, I see. Oh, and that's not the kind of momentum we want. We have 2 left. Failed. We missed that last one. Okay. So those, power-based ones are kind of interesting. Also, our ability to fly is rather interesting. Have to remember that we have that. Just a little shortcut. Did have to jump at the end though, otherwise wasn't doing us a whole lot of good. Some energy boost. Oh. Little slick, little slippery. Almost as if it's an ice level. Deal with these penguin punks. There we go. And the armor fell onto the spikes. Come on. Obviously, that's not worth it picking up. And here we go. We have 220-ish. Enemies drop more nuts. Okay. Okay, it's like 215 to battle Shatterbeak. Can we completely disable traps, or is it just temporary? Because I am now going to assume that this this crystal power lets you freeze platforms, which might be handy. That's all pretty nice. So we're a little more kitted out. 50 nuts, nearly full health. Let's go to Agnesort. I don't know, this boss might be weak to an ice-based attack if it's fire-based, but it might be the exact opposite as well. Although, like, Shatterbeak was weak to the bullet. So, I don't know. We'll have to keep experimenting. Essentially. What's this? Plasma Blender. Shreds enemies up close. So it's even more of a short-range weapon. But I get the sense it's more damage, perhaps? I don't know. We're gonna take it. We're gonna use it. Glory Zone, light 'em up. Use our flying ability to our benefit, so it grants immunity to knockback. All right, we can live with that, especially if we're going to be getting in so close. Powers deal even more damage. We're getting a lot of those power damage boosts. Still have enough HP, but need to be careful of that. We just like glanced a flame. So now we could use a little more HP, now that we've taken so much damage. Attack damage up, power damage down. I don't know. I think that electric bolt is our power damage. So this would be okay. So we'll take that, we'll take some speed up. Take a couple HP. Yeah, because we're gonna take one coming out. And we get two more. This would be a very nice alternate weapon if it meant you fired in multiple directions. Had to take that moment as we were going to actually get through those situations before we finish the thought. No tokens. We probably could have, like, we can disable traps. We know that's the thing that you can do now. Now that we've done it. Yeah, these are like blanks in Enter the Gungeon. So we can use them. 32 damage, not a ton. Not a terrible amount, mind you, but not a ton. And that was actually a pretty easy fight. All told. I think those starting Augs really helped. We'll take Vera. We'll figure out what we want to use it with. We haven't really been using Shadespur. So let's put that there. Force Nova will keep on Y. Splinter Frost and Vera, those will be triggered. So Kerr, Death Lotus, or Rolster. Let's deal with Kerr. And now we're on to level 5 again. This is where our runs start to go sideways most of the time. But we have plenty of nuts. We have enough Augs to generate more nuts or HP. We have maybe not a better weapon, but an interesting one. And of course we started off with so much power. So what is this? Charge your attacks even chargier. Draco Pen's Claw. We haven't really been using charge attacks, so we'll just take an all stats. And let that be that. Shouldn't be a surprise there is an all stats up in this game. It's a pretty standard sort of roguelike enhancement, and is nice to have. Sneak around behind that guy, take him out, disable traps, use your new power. Okay, so just have one left. Pretty easy. Your attack kills might restore energy. So, what kind of, we have no head aug, we have immunity knockback, attack kills might restore energy, and a flight. We have 2 Owlhawk pieces. It would be nice to know what happens if you get a full set, because that hasn't happened yet. Oh, no energy. We're out of energy, and we have a lot of enemies all around us, but we snuck out of there mostly intact. Oh, we got glanced by the laser. This is where it gets tricky. This is starting to really test us. Just gotta do 2, 3. I don't know what we did to make it like a charged shot. It's like it turned red and seemed to do more damage. So we'll take the extra HP. Don't think we need to go all the way full. Famous last words and all that, but I think we'll be okay. No, let's just head back. We don't have much power, unfortunately, so we might have to do this kind of raw. But we can handle Kerr. Looks like we can't disable those shots. Okay, we'll accept that. Kind of cost of doing business here. We still beat him. Still beat him. And our health is still in great shape. And we will take the Quint Laser. Get our soul chips. So we have Death Lotus, Rolster, Astral Twins. We haven't gone to Vaculab at all yet, so let's do this one. Now we're on to level 6. We're now making really good progress. This, I think, is the furthest we've gotten in the game. And we're doing enough damage that the thing that destroyed our last run It's just a mild inconvenience. This is where we proceed to get overly cocky and ruin the run. Did we pick it up? Yeah, we picked it up. Let's see if this actually... Yeah, it does what it did in the challenge room. So that is good to know. Now, granted, we are out of energy now, so... Oh well. I have a feeling this is not the intended path for this particular challenge. That's more along the lines. Sharp, sharp spear grants additional reach and damage. Okay. No complaints here. Is it better than our, like, super shredding attack? I'm not sure, but it might be. It definitely does offer more range. Like, that's pretty good range right there. But it still helps us up close, which is what we really could use. Yeah, just blew through those enemies, no problem. Glory Zone, destroy. So this gives me the impression that Death Lotus is weak to this boomerang power that Rolster has. We used up all our energy trying to do that, so that sucks. Found a data lore. Couple magnetic surfaces. Oh. Couldn't cling on well enough, I suppose. There we go. I dislike your missiles. I dislike them. Yeah, we're pretty strong here. This error, dead contractor found. Okay, that's a pretty common roguelike mechanic, finding your corpse from a previous run. So we got something off of that body. And it's good to know that's where this happens, I think, because we didn't make it to level 6 last time. We only made it to level 5. So it might just be like one level past where you actually died. Who knows? Oh, that is what the twins are strong against. No, I don't think we have anything to exploit against them. Let's try and, like, knock one out. So we just have the other one to deal with. Doesn't look like that's the thing you can do here, though. No, they come back. So that's how this kind of ups the challenge. I think they're like sharing health or something. So that's interesting. So we have a minute left to fight them before we lose our speed bonus. We have at least a decent amount of HP, but it's not like a ton. And there we go. We're in the yellow on HP, but we got a bunch back. We got a damage up. And we did it in time. We'll take our flame shield. 5 soul chips. Lovely. Only 2 bosses left to go. Let's fight Death Lotus. Which we really should have done this the other direction. Crap. Because we now know that Death Lotus is weak to the boomerang thing that Rolster has. So we should have gone Rolster first. The upside is whatever Rolster is weak to, and we still don't know, we're going to have it. So we can experiment a little bit and try to find that out. Didn't give us any... Oh, it might have given us HP. I actually didn't really notice. And here's our shop. Another all stats up. Armor towards pound. Your charged attacks vaporize enemy shots. We don't charge enough. And our movement speed is okay. Look at that boost on our powers, though. We don't need it to make our powers stronger. This actually... Yeah, let's do that. I mean, we can stand to beef up our energy level now, because we kind of lowered that, but other than that, you know, we're doing pretty well on our stat balance. Our energy's full up. We don't really use our powers much kind of in the field. We keep saving them for boss fights. She said right as she used one against an enemy, but to be fair, that was a champion. We're just gonna run away from you and your missiles. Alright, we just have to kind of go up. Up and to the right. And we could backtrack for that crate, and we're going to, because why wouldn't we? So we got a bit of energy, nearly fell into the abyss, but we didn't, and that's the important part. And we get a run speed boost. And we take a little damage getting out, but oh well. Took a little bit of damage to that thing. I don't know what that bot was, but it shot a rocket at us. Getting plenty of nuts out of these enemies. And we found a couple in a row that dropped a bunch of HP. We're gonna start this whole platforming section over again real quick. Here we go. That's how you are supposed to do it. And then this will bring us up here. It's nice when you can kind of see how a section was designed to be traversed. It's always a nice moment when playing platformers. So we don't have any tokens for this, unfortunately. We're full energy, one shy of full health, 2 minutes 30 seconds to fight Death Lotus. And this time it has, like, pits. We've discovered those exist. It's kind of immune to Vera, unfortunately. It's not super weak to the crystal, but it doesn't do a ton to it. The crystal was seemingly more helpful in freezing platforms for us. Which, you know, we're going to keep doing because that actually is very beneficial for us. We need to get up there. There we go. We defeated Death Lotus. Get attack damage up. That's enough of a wash, and it reduces our overall power. Which we want to keep our power a little higher. That's 6 soul chips. And we're gonna fight Rollster. We are getting to level 8. This might do it for us. Datalore, you are obscuring our combat right now. And I dislike you immensely for that. That little hover really helped us out. That was a pretty easy one. So now we can go back to the plasma blender if we want to, but I like our current primary, so we'll stick with it. And having to make more and more daring jumps. Come on, there you go. Immediately jumped into fire and took damage, but other than that, that went pretty well. That is a hamster wheel on fire. That is a hazardous thing, apparently. We're just gonna keep using this in the interest of doing damage at rough angles. This feels like... It doesn't feel Mega Man-y, and yet it feels more Mega Man-y than the game so far. And I think that's just because it's kind of wild and difficult. Like, I expect a Mega Man game to be difficult. That's sort of my descriptor on it, but you know, there's difficult, and then there's like, I don't know what's going on, and also it's difficult. And this is nice and chaotic. Like, look at all these enemies. But we're actually handling it relatively well. That hover really does help from time to time. Taking that damage doesn't help, but is a thing that happens repeatedly, it seems. So that armor is good to have. This thing is like stages. There we go. Have to find the little gap. Some of these, I don't know how you're supposed to get through without taking damage, so we're just tanking on those. And still surviving, somehow. And actually getting through really quickly. We have 3 minutes. Let's see. Energy up, absolutely. Vitality scavenger. Our force metal shell is on sale. These make powers do more damage, so that kind of offsets that problem. Our stats are really good. Our stats are really good. And now we're going to try to figure out what Rollster is weak to. So we want to find that out. So is it... Well... Nope. It's not that. It's not really that. Doesn't look like it would be that. So we'll put Splinterfrost there. We know Quint Laser. So, there we go. Didn't really look like a weakness. Maybe the mortar, but that looks like it was just a higher damage attack in general. So, Flame Shield is the only one we haven't tried yet. Let's see how that goes, and we'll put the Quint Laser on just because it's nice and strong. There we go. Flame Shield on Rollster. So how you gotta do that one. Yeah. So we got to catalog these somewhere, really. I don't know if there's a wiki or anything for this game yet. There's probably like Steam guides. Also, these things are just knocking us left and right. And of course, this is how it would go. That Quint did a lot of work for us just now. So we're down to the final two. And we're done. 147 left on the clock. And we cleaned that up. We took a lot of damage. We'll take the new power anyway. 6 soul chips. Onward. That's all we get to know. Station, the gateway. Time to get serious. Okay, we can still charge this weapon. Well, it didn't really seem like that needed a charge at all. That is not a platform. Would have been nice to know that, but oh well. We do now. Oh, we could have handled that one better, but whatever, just tank it. Yeah, really should have handled a lot of those moments better, but hey, we're still alive. Not taking too much damage. We are facing like every kind of enemy right now. Yeah, that's magnets. We know how those work. There we go. I'm not even like using that turn of phrase to make fun of juggalos or anything. Like, that was a joke for a while, but I don't know, these days, not really worth, like, I don't know. I do know we're stuck there. Okay. Just all sorts of weird movement to have to do. Yeah, they did say time to get serious, and this is pretty serious. But we're still, like, getting through just fine. I feel like we're supposed to maybe disable those traps, but apparently our strategy is to tank all the way through, and then some manner of praying, and using our flight ability. That is maybe the best thing we picked up this whole run. Like, we don't use it all the time, but when we do, it's like an immense help. So we can get on over here. We still have all our energy. Might as well put on a flame shield. Ah, we fell. So, time to do this over again. Yeah, flame shield really helped smooth that out, prevented a bit of damage. I mean, oh, we go all the way back here. I respect that, like, it gives you the option of taking a power, because, you know, maybe it's one that you don't like, or, you know, the boss sequence is such that you don't need it. But at the same time, like, why would you not take them all? Okay. We get a token, so now we have 2 tokens. That's nice. Oh. Doing that hover kind of screws you there, because it messes with the intended cadence. Okay, 2 HP left. We should maybe stop taking all the damage. Lost. I don't know that we're gonna make it to the boss. I hope we do, because I want to see what the boss is. But no guarantees right now. Oh, here's a wall. You drop some HP. Thank you. Your services are appreciated. That was just another desperation move. Okay. So... Wrong one. But we defeated all... Excuse me, all the bosses. All the real bosses, I suppose. Said as though the final boss isn't the real challenge. But hey, it went really well. We went all the way to level 9. Hopefully we'll be able to do that again. Might actually get to see the final boss. Maybe if we don't, like, keep tanking damage over and over and over and over. Who knows? We might even want to play this seed again. You can see down in the bottom right. Maybe you can do better than we did here. Not impossible, but it was a pretty strong run. You know, Ace seems to be a good character. I think we'll stick with him a little more in the future. But for now, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, a like would be appreciated. Subscribe doubly so. But either way, ta-ta for now.